Western sanctions, allegations of women's rights, these are the narratives which come in from the media. So can you, and Western media, so can you help me understanding how Iranian women perceive their image in Western media and how is it different?
Yeah. At first I want to focus on some words. Maybe it will be as a kind of, it will act as a kind of brainstorming. Let's start with the process meaning and at the same time Iran-India homogeneous identity, shared history, and at the same time dominance of Western media. The main issue that I want to concentrate on is the matter of process. We call something process that is going from, let's say in every field, in any field you can call a process when you have a movement toward, let's say, future. A process from subjectivity toward individual, it was what should happen for the freedom of women. It is completely natural in all over the world. We see some mechanism that is happening right now as the emerging mechanism with different initiatives. For example, we have BRICS Plus as the economic somehow mechanism that leads to an intergovernmental organization with different issues, with different initiatives for emerging cultures and emerging countries that want to change the new world order. This is exactly happening in parallel with the process of women in Iran. It is so hard. We have BRICS Plus. They are trying, the emerging countries are trying to change the hegemony of Western-oriented neoliberal order. But in a cultural way, unfortunately, the dominance is going to be continued. The dominance of Western media and the Western hegemony is going to insert the life of women in Middle East, let's say, area. Unfortunately, they do not respect the autonomous identity of women in the Middle East, and it's really hard. Let's give an example to, for example, intervention of the U.S. to Afghanistan. What happened in that time, during that time, was named under the guise of women freedom. But what was the result? Again, the intervention and the interference of an autonomous state by another country who is outside of the territory of a state called Afghanistan. Or this is exactly...
Let me interrupt you on that. The situation of women under Taliban was atrocious. They were being whipped.
I know.
They were hanged in public squares, and the Taliban had to be corrected. Right. What happened was that there was just a short period, when women got emancipated. They came out to work. They had education.
Yeah.
When the Americans were there. Forget about anything else. But I'm just talking about women and children. Women could go to schools, but that didn't happen now.
Sorry, dear Smita, if I don't make a mistake, the pronunciation of your name.
No, that's fine. Yes.
That's okay. No, it was just an example. Otherwise, it's not comparable with what is happening in Iran. Based on my colleagues and friends' statistics, and of course, the international statistics is not comparable. I just gave an example for the excuses that is made by the powers who are outside of their territory. They do not respect the autonomous standards of cultural taboos or cultural norms that is happening inside the as the anthropologist, the American anthropologist Abu Lakhod. She is a perfect, I think, anthropologist because she knows the Middle East and different countries. And she has a quotation. If I don't make mistake, I cannot remember the exact quotation, but she says that a self-governed woman in a self-governed state is much more, has, let's say, more freedom than a self-governed woman guided by the states who cannot understand the standards of a state. I mean, they are outside of this territory.
So tell me about Iranian women. Are you guided by your own free will, or are you guided by the state? Are you guided by men? Are you guided by the religious police? Who guides you?
Thank you.
Okay.
We are guided by ourselves, to be honest. Let's call a spade about that. For example, I'm a mom of two little monsters. I'm a PhD student at Tehran University. I have finished my thesis, and at the same time, I'm working as the diplomat in Foreign Affairs Ministry of Iran. My first mission was the economic counselor the economic counselor, that sometimes some people are labeling it as the masculine, work or job. In Bucharest for 4 years, I am doing, my daily routine completely in a free atmosphere. I'm not guided by anybody. I have 2 brothers, and my society is not really patriarchal one. The women,
Iranian society is not patriarchal.
Not at all, really not. And the perception, the self confidence that the family and at the same time society, based on the cultural norm, is inserting into our soul is really unbelievable. You can. They have the connotation of you can everywhere. And you can just see the spirit of, you can see this spirit, you can just sense it with all your body and soul in every corner and cranny of Iran.
Click here to watch the full episode.